Hey ladies, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for joining me tonight. I am Jennifer Torre, creator founder of Nice Girls Finish Last, and I wanted to do this special Valentine's Day live training for all of you who always are thinking about business, because I do. And so I labeled it something in particular, and I wanted to go over that with you. So social media magic, 3 online money-making strategies to build a business that you will love again. So why do I say that? Well, as many of you probably have experienced, you join your business, you get excited, you start promoting it everywhere, you love it, you're passionate. And then when things start, going down and you find a lot of resistance in selling what it is that you sell, and you start getting a bunch of no's, you don't get support from those around you that are closest to you that should be supporting you, rejection after rejection, or let's just say you're just posting online all the time, and you're like, okay, I share my product, I share my service all the time online. Why isn't anybody buying from me? And it starts to get really frustrating, and it just really makes you just want to quit. And you start to kind of hate your business, and you start thinking maybe there's a better opportunity. Maybe what I have come up with and I sell just isn't, likable enough. And you start to question everything you do. And another thing you start to do is you start to look at solutions everywhere that you turn, and you're hoping for this magic answer. And I wanted you to start loving your business again, because you can make it work. You can be successful at it, and you can make the money that you desire, but you do need to do things in a strategic, effective manner. And there are just proven systems that have been working for years and years that have to do with different strategies and psychology and all of those things. And if you learn those and you can implement those, then you'll start to see success. So I wanted to share 3 social media magic tips for you today that you can then go and use. What I do, in case this is something new to you and you came across this live broadcast today and you don't know who I am. So I've been a full-time entrepreneur since I was 19 years old, and I've built different businesses along the way. My passion is helping new women entrepreneurs kickstart their business in the right direction. I get very frustrated when I see experts out there selling you some new gadget or whatever that claims that you're going to be like a millionaire overnight, because that's not the case. And also I see people just promoting their businesses wrong, and I just want to help all of you. So that's where my passion comes from. No nonsense, no BS, just straight, here's what works, here doesn't. Okay, here's what's going to get you to where you want to take your business, here's what's not. So stop messing around with that. So I am all about teaching you things that you can do that will get you results. And if you stay consistent with it, and you don't shy away from using them, then you'll see results. I feel like people just want a quick answer these days. And I'm definitely going to share with you what you can start doing right now. I actually have a mentorship program where I work with women, and I help guide you along the way from my hands-on experience and tell you what to do, what not to do. And that way you can start to see success in your business and start making money, right? So here's the thing. I specialize in social media marketing and just using social media, marketing, sales, team building, recruiting, lead generation, and that's what I help my clients do. That's also what I help guide them through and teach them through my mentorship program. And I'm going to share with you guys some social media tricks that you could start to be doing today. Now, here's a crazy story I just wanted to share real quick. Because I talk to so many women entrepreneurs, I get to learn different things that they've done, tried, and all of that. So I actually spoke to a woman recently who was explaining to me that she was paying some company, and I don't know who they were. She was paying them about $500 a month, and they would guarantee 10 leads. 10 leads in a whole month for $500. Would you pay that? I'm just curious. And then it made me think, like, How hard is it for people to get good qualified leads? The only 2 leads that she ended up getting weren't even qualified. They were horrible leads, and that's all she got. I can get 10 leads in a day without hardly trying. I could get more than that. But what I do actually works. It's not some little gimmick. It's not some, creative little thing that no one else can think of, but I help you create these online promotions and messages so that you can attract the right people to you, because there's no point in trying to sell somebody who isn't a right fit for what it is that you sell, right? And I'm pretty sure you've come across that. You've talked to somebody and you're trying to explain what it is that you sell, and you could just tell that they're not really feeling it. So this is why it is very important and why I work with my clients, because I want to make sure that they're not falling for every little thing they see. I want to make sure that any challenges that they have, I could tell them what they should do and should not do, and stop, getting distracted by all of these shiny objects, is what they call them in the industry, shiny object syndrome. Every time you see something that looks flashy and nice, you run over there and get it. Don't do that. You're wasting a lot of time, effort, and definitely losing out on a lot of money. So here is another problem. Everybody is always looking for the easy way out. I could tell you tonight exactly what you need to do, and if it seems like just a little bit too much work than you were hoping for, you'll come across something else that seems like the easier answer, and you'll jump to it. Pretty soon, you're just scattered everywhere, meanwhile, not making any money. I like to make money. I'm pretty sure that you like to make money, so let's avoid those kinds of things. So I'm going to share with you tonight actual how-tos that if you implement, you will have a chance to start seeing people attracted to you. And if you work with me, I will be able to properly guide you through them and make sure that everything's being implemented the right way. Because you know what? It's always easier said than done. And I'm sure you've experienced that and you can agree. So let's start making money in your business. Let's stop wasting time on social media doing things that don't work. And you see everybody else doing it, so you just assume that they're successful. So then you just start copying it, and it doesn't work. Oh, all right. So you are here watching this broadcast, and you are in the right place for what I'm about to share with you. If you are tired of wasting time online promoting with no results, you want to start having people come to you instead of you having to inbox people asking them if they would be interested in what you sell or what you offer. You've already tried copying what you see the majority do online, and you've come to realize it doesn't work, even if they make it look good. You're done hitting up your warm market, which is what? Your friends, your family, your church associates, the cashier at Target. You're done doing that, and you realize that that's a slow process. It's like pulling teeth, and they're usually one-time buyers if they even buy. And you're serious about building your business. Do you actually want to eventually make a full-time income with the business that you're in, or are you still kind of playing around? If you are actually serious on building it and making a full-time income with it, then you are here watching the right training. So let's get started. Now, first of all, I'm going to get into the social media tricks. So if you have pen and paper, great. If not, make sure you get those. And I just want to put one little disclaimer, is that before I get into these 3 things, if you have not already created a brand for your business, a message, if you haven't already figured out who is your ideal client, who is your target, who do you speak for, whose problems do you solve, if you haven't already figured out all of those things, then these 3 tips won't be so effective. And part of my mentorship program is I help get you there. I help you create that message and your brand and your social media platforms, even if it's starting from where you're at and fixing them, or if it's just starting from scratch and you have nothing, or if what you're doing means going to have to redo it all. And you can't cling to something that you feel like, oh, well, I've created this and I feel, attached to it. Well, if you're not making money with it, how attached should you be? You might want to consider that. Is it a hobby or is this a business? So If you're having trouble with that and you haven't quite figured all of that out, that is part of what I help go in detail with and help you figure out. And even if we have to completely figure it out and create it from scratch, we will build you a brand that will be attractive and that will help you get your message out there, bring you customers. And if you're in a type of business where you need to recruit people, recruit them on your team. So get your pen and paper ready. Here we go. Number 1, identify the problem and promote the problems that you solve. Okay, so what does this mean? You need to figure out, everybody loves posting what their product is. They love showing how nice it looks. They love talking about it. But honestly, and I'm just telling you the no BS truth, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about the problem, or not the problem. Nobody cares about the product that you sell or the service that you offer. What they want to know is, how are you going to solve a problem that they have? How are you the solution to that? So that's the first thing you have to do, is you have to identify what the problem is, and you have to promote that. I don't even know how many times I can share that with people and I still see them not do it. And then they wonder why they get the results that they do. You have to figure out what the problem is, and that is part of what I help do, because most people don't dig deep enough. And that is your focus when you're promoting on social media. Do not focus on the beautiful product that you have. Do not focus on the services that you offer. Focus on the problems that you are solving for people. And if you can't think of any, I'm sure if you thought about it for a while, you could come up with a lot of different problems. And then when you do promote them online, you need to like twist the knife. You need to not only promote the problems that you solve, but you need to really dig deep in there, as deep as you can, and twist the knife, because you want people to feel those pain points in the sense where they're like, yes, that is the problem that I'm having. Thank you for offering the solution. That right there, ladies, will get people coming to you. It sounds really simple, and yet nobody seems to ever do it. And then they wonder why there's an issue. So if you're hearing this for the first time, then you just got one of the most important information that you could ever get in promoting your product or your service. And if you are hearing this for the second, third, fourth time, and you've heard it before and you're still not doing it, oh, then you wonder why things are not going so great. So focus on all of the problems that your product or your service solves, and that is what you have to drill online. Stop just promoting the nice, fluffy thing. We can get nice, fluffy things everywhere. And there's no doubt that what you offer is amazing. But in order for you to attract people to you, you need to hit on those problems. Okay? That is number 1. And it can be tedious, but it is so necessary to your business and to your promotions. And I do have sometimes people say, well, what I offer is this product. I'm not really solving any problems. Yes, you are. You just haven't thought about it yet. I do help go into that individually in my mentorship program, because once you get that narrowed down, you will be amazed at how many people you can attract. All right, number 2, expand your audience. Okay, here's what you need to do. You need to get in front of as many people that you can that fit your target. And again, that's something that I help with in the mentorship program or with private clients, help you really figure out. But you need to get in front of as many of them as possible. So carefully build your Facebook. We're just going to talk about Facebook, but you can do this all platforms. Carefully create and build your friends list. You shouldn't be friends with a mass majority of people that don't fit your target. There is just no point, not if you're using it for business purposes. Then here's what you need to do. You need to expand off into groups. You're probably thinking right now, oh, well, I've got a fan page and that's how I'm getting exposure. You don't get exposure from your fan page. I'm sorry to break it to you. It does help you look great and give you credibility. So I'm not against you creating one. I have one for Nice Girls Finish Last. But the point is, those are good for like click ad advertisements, okay? But what you want to do is you want to expand your audience. You need to start searching up Facebook groups that are fit the target that you're looking for of your ideal customer, and you need to join them. Don't focus on joining groups where it's all about, hey, I'm promoting my business. You're promoting your business. I'm promoting your business. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. See, I could do that because I'm promoting, helping them build their business. So for me, I can get away with it in certain groups. For you, you don't want to focus on that. You don't want to focus on, let's just say you sell skincare. You don't want to focus on a group that is like, let me just look up all these skincare products. No, you don't want that. Okay. But if you figured out your target, which is something I help you do, and it's not even what you're thinking, because that is probably what you're thinking off the top of your head right now. Oh, I need to find people that want good skincare. No, it's not. That's not your target. That's not your target at all. But once you know what that is, you want to go into these groups. I have actually, and in the mentorship program, ladies, I actually will go into depth on how to really use and work effectively these Facebook groups. And I'm going to tell you right now from experience, just with a single post, I have been able to do I've been able to bring in anywhere from $100 to $3,000 from a single post in a group that I do not run. If that is the kind of results that you want, you definitely should be talking to me and working with me, and I will help you do that and show you exactly what I do. But the point is, you can't just sit to your friends list. You have to expand it. You have to go beyond that. And if you've got a Facebook group already, awesome. But you don't need to focus on that if you don't want to. What you should be doing is going into different Facebook groups that fit your target. And there are so many. So you need to really search in as many details as you can and look up who your target is. And again, it's not the obvious, okay? Because again, you don't want to go into a group where everybody's just pitching everybody. That's not what you want to do. That's not where you're going to get noticed. So we do go into depth how to do this and what to do and even what to say so that you can also get clients from complete strangers online. So they are effective. And I show you how to do that. But that's what you want to do. Carefully create and build your Facebook friends list and constantly clean them out. If you see somebody that you're never associating with, you might like their things, they never like yours. You tag them, they untag themselves. I mean, obvious little triggers where they don't care about you, okay? And they don't care what you sell. Get rid of them, because as you see those annoying posts about the algorithm crap, they're not seeing every single friend on their friends list. And so the last thing you want to do is have all these like people on there that now are not seeing your posts. Hope that makes sense. And if you sell any product or service or have to recruit for any type of business that is centered around women type things, do not accept and waste time with any men's friend requests, okay? I know that sounds a little harsh. I have a live on that on my Facebook profile if you like, and I talk in depth on that. So this is your audience. This is who you are going to be promoting to. And on that, I want to leave you with this quick tip. When you are promoting on social media, you want to keep it 80% PBS and 20% QVC. PBS like the channels, QVC. So 80% of the time, you want to be educating and providing content for your audience, and that's on your timeline as well as these specific groups that you've joined. And then 20% of the time is when you would promote or sell, okay? You should never have to inbox people and say, hey, I want you to jump on this webinar. Hey, have you tried my new latest product? Hey, have you whatever? You can do that if you want, but if you've already realized that's like pulling teeth and that's kind of uncomfortable and annoying and you probably get more negative feedback than you do positive and you're not making much sales from it, you don't have to do that. You don't need to do that. Okay, so let's move on. Number 3, and this is the most important, is capture the leads. You are not at your stage in your business right now. If you're on this webinar, you are not a big name store like Macy's or Target or Victoria's Secret or whatever. You can't afford, losing leads. Okay. So if right now you're sending them to a website or you are just asking people to private message you, which they most times won't because that's weird and uncomfortable. Or even if you're asking them to call, do you know how like lazy people are these days and how much they just love their technology? They just want to access everything from the phone. I mean, would you have registered for this if I told you to call this number and, press a couple of buttons on the phone and registered? Probably not. So You don't want to put your phone number out there and ask people to call you for more information. It's not likely to happen, but you need to capture these people. So you have to have what's called a landing page. This is something that I do create for my clients. I don't just throw it up there. I'm sure you could go and just kind of flop one up there. It needs to be written strategically to get people to say yes. How do they say yes? By giving you their information. Now, these are people that are raising their hand and saying, hi, Jen, what's going on? I need more information. Hi, Sophia, I need more information. What is your product? That's what you want. You can't afford people to go to your website, look at it, look at stuff, check it out, and take off. And you don't know who they are. You are losing money, and it doesn't put you in any kind of place of control. You want to have control when it comes to your business. You want to be able to follow up with someone that clearly said, I'm interested. Now, what happened? Did they get busy? Were they scared of the price? Did they not see the value? Did they have questions? We do not know, and you will never know if you're not capturing the leads. The other important thing about a landing page is that it's mandatory for them to sign up. If they want any little incentive that's going to come on page 2, it needs to entice them, and they are giving you their info for those purposes. And that is important to have. Let's see. Like I said, with one little single no effort post, I could get 10 leads in a matter of a couple of hours. Meanwhile, I have this other woman that I mentioned to you paying $500 a month to get 10 leads for the whole entire month. And on top of it, people are just selling lists, and you don't even know if the people that they're sending you these leads are even qualified. But in this case, when you're capturing leads with a landing page that is specifically designed for your business, your brand, your message, you are actually getting people information that are saying, yes, please so-and-so, I need to know more information. I want to know more. I'm interested in what you sell. How nice would that be? And the whole purpose of social media, okay, is to drive traffic. You're not looking to make a post. I actually saw in a Facebook group recently, why are you afraid to do lives? And I was reading through the answers, and someone said, I'm afraid to do lives because what if nobody buys? And honestly, that struck me kind of odd. I've never heard that before. I do lives all the time. I don't do the lives on Facebook to sell anything. So if she's already afraid of doing a live in the purpose of selling something, that's not likely to happen. Your whole purpose of it is to deliver content, deliver value to them, educate your audience, okay, your prospects, and then drive the traffic somewhere for the ones interested. And how do you do that? You capture their info by sending them to your landing page. Ladies, I might be the only person to tell you this, and that's fine, because again, I represent no nonsense, straight to the point. Does it work? Yes, great. Does it not work? We're not talking about it then. If you don't have a place to send them to capture the lead, such as the landing page, there is no really point of you promoting on social media, unless you're just looking to hit up people in private message and making a sale here and there. But if you're actually serious about building the business and you actually want to get leads coming in on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that are saying, yes, please tell me more, that you can now email market to them, that you can now call them and so forth and start closing sales, you need to have a landing page. If you're part of the mentorship, I do also provide that. And it's even outside of that. I provide that for all of my clients because it is the #1 tool that you need. Now that you got their attention by #1, identifying the problem and twisting the knife, and now that you have reached your whole audience, now what do you do with them? So I hope you see my point on why it is so important. And if you're thinking, oh yeah, I've got one of those, they can subscribe over here on my blog or my website. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing because you're giving them a chance to determine their own value of what it is that you had on there and having it be an option to sign up or not. And most people, if they're given the option, they won't do it. They'd rather just browse through all of your things and then take off. So you can't afford to lose that. You need to be able to capture these leads and not waste time with people who are not serious. Because if they don't opt in, they're not serious. And now you're going for a hard sale. You're trying to almost convince somebody that doesn't want what you offered to now buy. I'm pretty sure you're sick of that if you're on here tonight. So those are my 3 tips. I know you're probably thinking, what? Wait, but that's actually going to take you a lot of work to do. So let me tell you this before we go, before I wrap it up. As I've mentioned throughout this live, I have beginning a 4-week Nice Girls mentorship program. I'm actually going to be working with you online and by phone, walking you through all of these things and sharing with you not just bullet points as I did tonight, but actually showing you exactly what I do. So if you like the fact that you could make $100 to $3,000 in a single post into a group, if you like the fact that you're going to now speak that problem out and have people come to you that are interested so that you don't have to sit there and force people, force your product or service on them, then be part of this mentorship program. And I'm only taking 5 ladies because I have a lot of focus that I have to do on each individual. Also, you can also have the landing page as well with that, because I'm not going to teach you all of these things and then you can't implement them because you can't even send them anywhere. That is a waste. And again, I may be the only person to tell you this, but there is no point in promoting hardcore online if you're not going to capture the leads, bottom line. So if that is something that you want to work with me on, we do also talk about if it applies to you and you do have to recruit and you do have to build teams and motivate them so they can produce. I also will go into depth with that. More social media things that you can do to build your business and to really get your product and service out there in an effective way so you could stop running around chasing people, inboxing people, and all of that. Then you'll definitely want to be part of this mentorship program. So what you'll have to do is get on the waiting list if you have not done so already. We need to schedule a time to talk tomorrow for about 20 minutes or so. I want to be able to ask you some questions. I want you to be able to ask me questions and kind of figure out where your business is right now and see if you would be a good fit for this. Also, what kind of challenges are you having right now? Because I'd be glad to point you in the right direction just from the phone call alone. Create your landing page so you could stop missing out on money that you are missing out on right now, and something you can continue to do as your business grows and grows, and have a system for all of that. So we will go into serious depth with that. Your head might hurt at the end of the mentorship program because it's so much, but I also help get rid of all of the hard work. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, you want more information on that, we must speak tomorrow. So make sure you sign up on the waiting list below and let's talk for about 20 minutes. And again, I'm only taking 5 ladies for this program. So thank you so much for joining, and I will talk to you ladies soon.